Bam. Hope everybody's doing well. Had a great week. Getting ready for a long weekend. All right. Let's do a quick DR recap so I can get you guys on your way. All right. Party hardy or whatever we do on Labor Day. Let's see. Let's go with our range 45.21 to all the way up to 45.47. So about 26 points. So a really nice range today. Uh, we look at. We had our weekly high that was set earlier in the morning, and then we had a weekly buy side liquidity um, that we had here that we took out, right around time the market opened a little bit before that. And so, the expectation for me was we were going to, and no, this weekly high, even though it's up here, it had taken out a previous weekly high, right? So it wasn't like that was a new one for the week. That's today's Friday, so even I moved it up there after the fact just because that's just kind of where it sits, but that was not the original weekly high. So what my assumption was, since we had taken out this weekly buy side, that we were actually going to come down and we had a sell side that we needed to take out. All right, remember, buy side to sell side to buy side. That's how this thing works. And so that sell side was set around 3 in the morning. That was our low, right? And so we had the weekly buy side up here, and then we had just a day, what I call an intraday buy side at the bottom, right? And so expectation was that we would be doing this. So that's how that was kind of like my bias since we took out the buy side prior to the market, or prior to DR even setting up. All right, so let's talk about DR really quick, and let's talk about New York DR, right? So all right, so we had this movement here while DR was setting up, so no bias there. Again, my initial bias is heading that way. All right, and we confirm low. Let me make this a little bigger. We confirm low right around 11 o'clock on this candle right here, and then we do a very quick retrace on the next handle. Now also notice that midnight is right below our DR low, right? So we have two things that could be confluent, so they could be contrarian to each other, right? So remember, because midnight can either do a support, all right, do this, or it can, if it gets below that, it can be a resistance and do that. Okay, so we have to kind of want to keep an eye on that. But again, I'm trading DR, so I'm following my rules. And I decided today, honestly, like I was had a just kind of blah couple of days, last couple of days, and buddy Tim had a live this morning. He was talking about, if you have a bad morning, you shouldn't trade. And so I started thinking about it, and it kind of just hit me. The other day I had a loss, and I'm not an emotional trader at all. I treat trading like a game. And I laugh when I lose and I laugh when I win, right? But so I'm not emotional about it at all. It's really just a game to me. But the other day I had a loss, and it wasn't a big loss. It was 2.5 points, $125, and it really bugged me. And I mean, it bugged me for that day, it bugged me for the next day, bugged me for the following day. And what I realized was that was the day, on the day my father had passed a year ago. And so emotionally, I just wasn't there. And so I kind of, it kind of hit me this morning, and so I appreciate Tim for kind of even bringing that up, because I didn't even think about it until then. But it is a very true statement. I mean, it's, your emotions can really, they do impact your trading. So, I try to be very robotic about what I do. I have very specific, things that I enter on, things I exit on, my points that I look for. All that stuff to me is just very specific, and it doesn't cause me to really have to have any emotion about it, right? Because again, at the end, either I'm going to win or I'm going to lose. So there's no third choice for me, right? And so, but anyway, so I wanted to say that because, for those of you guys who are out there kind of going through some stuff, personal, professional, whatever, just be careful, because it does impact you. No matter how stoic you think you are, it will impact you. So today, what I was like, what, I'm just going to do a straight trade. I'm not going to try anything different. I'm just going to, put things where it's supposed to be and let them play out, right? I'm going to go back to the basics of what I do. and not let it bother me. And so that's a long story to get to. We had this confirmation low here. We retraced back on this green candle, and of course, I put my order right here on the DR low, and then got picked up. Now, hold on, let me make this a little bit bigger because I want you to see what's above that, right? So below that we had the midnight open. Above that we had this, you know, bearish fair value gaps. That's another nice sign of confluence, meaning that if the trade, if the price goes back up here, more likely it's going to come back and reject off of that. All right, so that's just another kind of safety valve for me. Okay, so anyway, so I put my order in. Just let me get this. This thing is annoying. This crosshair thing. Okay, so orders in here. Right on the way up, we get picked up, and we kind of we dallied around for a while. We went down. That was about 3 points, I think, 3 or 4 points. I had my order set at 5 initially, and then when I got down here, and I moved my order down to 10. Okay, and so I had my stop. My stop was at my initial stop was at 2.5 points. All right, so that was about 24.5, somewhere up here. Okay, that was my stop. I actually never moved my stop. Okay, so I said I got to 5. I said, you know what, I'm just gonna let it play itself out. Price could up and down, up and down. Now, so what this means though is if you missed this first entry, you had this entry, you had this entry, you had this entry, and you had this entry to get into that trade. All right, because the rules don't change, right? I'm confirmed low, so I'm looking for price to retrace above, set my order, and let it come in and pick me up. And so in any one of those cases, that's what will happen. All right, so so let's say you got, I got picked up here. Let's say you got picked up over here. You got a little bit of heat right here. You got about 2 points of heat right here on this one. But again, look where it goes into. It goes into that fair value gap, that bearish one, and then it just rejects off of that. And if you're really technical about it, it actually went to like the halfway mark on that, what they call the consequent encroachment in ICT terms of that fair value gap. All right, so ended up that trade. That was I let my order play out till it got down to 10 points. So nice, again, just a nice easy trade down, 10 points on that one. And I said, okay, I'm good for the day. All right. I know it's like, non-farm payrolls week, and it's the first of the month, and there's all kind of reasons why, you're not supposed to trade, not supposed to do certain things. But I got my 10 there. I was fine. Now what I did, and I pretty much had closed the chart down, but I set an alert on the 0.5. I'm 0.5 on the DR low, right? I set another alert on DR low for to let me know if price ever gets back above that. Okay, and so you had the whole day. There's stuff you could have done in here. I wasn't paying attention to that at all. But then what you're seeing is, so my alert goes off like at 3:30. All right, so I'm not taking that trade. It's too late. I guess the weekend, long weekend of that. But you see again here. Just want to show it to you. I mean, the stuff works, right? So here's another piercing above the DR low, and then that's the retrace, and then you come back, put your order on the DR low here, and I think that was probably about, if you'd played it out, that's 4 points, 5 points. What is that? Let's say 21. 21 down to 16, 15, 17. Anyway, so that's probably about 4 or 5 points. So if you're scalping it, that would have been a good scalp. But that's right before 4 o'clock, and I mean, if I was feeling like being a Deegan, as we call it, degenerate trader, yeah, I would have taken that trade, but just wasn't that interested, of course, in that. So nice 10-point day. Kind of closed the week slightly up. Definitely not a normal, gangbuster week like we've been having, but for me anyway, for the way I was trading. And then a couple of days I didn't trade at all, where I traded once and lost, and then kind of just, sat out the rest of the day. So, I think I got my mojo back. So looking forward to next week. Don't forget, Monday is a holiday for the equities market. If you're a futures trader, though, you have Sunday night till about 1 p.m. on Eastern time on Monday if you're going to trade futures. But Not sure what the volume is going to be. Not sure what what's going to be happening there. But so we'll see. But anyway, that's it, guys. Love on your loved ones. You never know what you won't be able to do it again. So take advantage of those opportunities. All right. Appreciate you guys as always. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and listening to me ramble every day. Never started this channel to do this. I started just as really a repository of what I was saying, not to gain subscribers and things like that. But I appreciate all you guys that are tapping in and keep coming back. All right. Any questions, comments? You know what to do with them. And have a great weekend, guys. I'm not going to promise I'm going to go live on Sunday night, but I will let everybody, I'll put a thing in the notification in if that happens. All right. I still really haven't had time to get my stuff figured out yet, but I might have some time next couple of days. All right. Anyway, y'all be good. Take it easy.